I'm N. Kumar, and I'm going to talk about one of the most devastating, if not the most devastating terrorist attack the world has ever witnessed. I'm going to talk about the infamous 9/11 attack. 19 years, 4 months, and 15 days ago, at 8:46 a.m. on a Tuesday morning, an American Airlines Boeing 767-223ER, also called as American Airlines Flight 11, carrying about 81 passengers and 11 crew members, crashed into the north of World Trade Center, New York, United States. Which is again followed by the second flight, namely United Airlines Flight 175, which crashed into the north and south towers. Total of 19 hijackers hijacked 4 flights, and 2 of which crashed into the World Trade Center, and the other 2 were aimed at different locations, one of them being the White House. The 80th floor of the 110-story skyscraper was left burning, and thousands of people lost their lives. Hundreds of people who got trapped on the higher floors were burned to death. The attacks caused the deaths of about 2,977 people, and over 25,000 people were injured. It was arguably considered as one of the most devastating terrorist attacks in human history, which can change the life to come after. The crash sites were the largest crimes in FBI history, and the case included over half a million investigative leads. This was not the first time the World Trade Center was targeted. On February 26, 1993, a bomb was planted in a van parked in the World Trade Center's underground property. The bomb exploded and killed about 6 people and wounded more than 1,000 people. It turns out that 19 hijackers were actually part of the organization known as Al Qaeda. It is a militant organization founded by Osama bin Laden and various other individuals in 1988. The attack being led by Al Qaeda is evident from the fact that in November 2002, Osama bin Laden wrote a letter titled Letter to America, where he explicitly stated their motives for the attack. The letter contains so many reasons, so I will put the link in the references, but it mainly came down to them saying US was responsible for aggression against Muslims in many countries, including Somalia, Bosnia, and Ghana massacre in Lebanon. The letter also stated that members of Al Qaeda found an issue in US supporting, I quote, Indian oppression against Muslims in Kashmir. They also didn't like the US interventions in many Middle East countries, so Al Qaeda was against the presence of US troops in Saudi Arabia. The crew also believed that a Christian Jewish alliance is conspiring to destroy Islam. Al Qaeda also believed that US was against interests of the Muslim. The aftermath of 9/11 attack resulted in immediate responses to the event, including domestic reactions, hate crimes, Muslim American responses to the event, international responses to the attack, and military responses to the events. The American society suffered dramatically. Recovery took years, and economy declined drastically after the attacks. This incident transformed the first term of President George W. Bush and led to what he now called as War on Terror to hunt down Al Qaeda. To support the affected people, many relief funds and donations were set up to assist the victims of the attack, with the task of providing financial assistance to the survivors of the attacks and to the families of victims. The US government increased military operations, economic measures, and political pressure on groups which it accused of being terrorists, as well as increasing pressure on the governments and countries which were accused of sheltering them. Finally, on 2nd May 2011, the leader of Al Qaeda organization, Osama bin Laden, was killed in Abbottabad in Pakistan by a US military special operation unit. Osama's death didn't completely bring down Al Qaeda, but it did brought down Al Qaeda to a decline as there wasn't any major attacks. So these are my references to where I got my information. Just like Joseph Stalin once said, one death is a tragedy, but a million deaths is a statistic. We must not see these casualties as just a number, but as lives which could have contributed to the betterment of our world. Thank you.